Here's a video to unpack task 3 from CU624. So it's a digital art curriculum map. So what we're going to do in this process is actually to create a digital model and go through the strands of each of the arts curriculum and link that with technology and link that with Christian worldview. So that's the short version in there. Let's go to the elaborations to unpack it. Now, it's important that you probably, a couple of key things. Use a digital platform, okay, and I've got some suggestions here that you might wish to use. And you are going to do it for a year's P2 or a 3 to 6 year level. So it's only 1 year level on after. You're going to dive into the Australian curriculum and have a look. So it's not every year level, it's just 1 year level that you'll choose. So part A is that you'll have a landing page, I've said, and then you'll look at the contents strand for your year level and give an overall description of the strand. 2 or 3 sentence summary. Any key teaching approaches that are applicable, and I only want dot points, don't want a big essay on this, is because it's a visual interface, and curriculum codes that are applicable to the year level. So you have here description of the strand. In other words, is it a music strand? Is it a media strand, for example, and what that is? What are some of the approaches that might be applicable to that strand? And this is one for your year level particularly. And also across it, there's a couple of different ways you can do that. You have a look at the exemplars. You'll see there's a number of ways you can do that. But you have to have at least a project or a topic that shows an arts technology integration or a STEAM integration. And also using God's big story to unpack the arts curriculum using that lens to form your basis of your Christian perspective. In part B, and this is important, in one of the arts strand for your applicable year level, just one, doesn't need to be all of them. I need you to make it resource rich. So put resources that from, text, websites, AV, other things that you might think are useful that would allow you to actually pick up this. Someone could look at this and go, oh, that's a great resource for year 4 in the media stream, for example. Also, however, I want you to include something from the Indigenous perspective. So put that in as a link, and we'll have a concept map with resources for all the areas that are in here. So read this area carefully. So I just want to quickly have a look at the exemplars, and I'll look at the exemplars completely, but let's have a quick look as it applies to part A and part B. So here is the landing page for this digital mapping, the concept mapping. You notice year 4 is the context. We go to arts, and there's all the strands of the arts that are there. Here's the God's big story integration, the STEAM integration, and off the side they've done a little extra about where technologies sit. So let's go through a quick review of what they've done. And by clicking on each of those icons, you'll see different things. So I'm going to do a quick scan. This is the arts overview and how it's connected. This is the content descriptors, so the curriculum. Key pedagogical approaches. That's probably more extensive than it needs to be. And here's an example where they've gone and concentrated on dance as an area. Here's some resources that they've used in the dance area. So let's choose another. So what we're relying on, they have their landing page and we're in God's big story, and they've got the framework and some supporting resources for that tab that is there.
It's into God itself, but it's within something else.
Through quickly. This is one of their STEAM activity they've elaborated.
Sand pendulum. You can see process.
So this is under one of the icons that we see in the landing page. Here's the curriculum.
As well for design.
Go back here. And you'll see that they have a slightly different format to the other one we looked at. But what we had a look here is we looked at God's Big Story, we looked at STEAM, and I'm not sure where they're going. There we go, Visual Arts, got 24 cards. So Visual Arts is what they focused on. So it is going deep in one strand and just a light touch in the other strands that were there. So I might see if I can get a light touch for you for the media arts. There's a media. And the visual arts is a bit of a richer strand. They'll have more things in there, more resources and so on. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an overview of what's required in terms of this task. So part A and part B, different and deep in one strand.